When you check your payslip, the tax code may not seem like anything important. After all, it looks like just a jumble of letters and numbers. But did you know that if your tax code is incorrect, you could be owed hundreds, even thousands of pounds? So, what exactly is a tax code, and how can you ensure yours is correct? That's what we'll be exploring today. Welcome to our channel where money matters are explained simply. First off, let's explain what a tax code is. Put simply, it's a unique code which HMRC uses to calculate how much tax to deduct from your paycheck. And every employee in the UK should have one. Each tax code is made up of both numbers and letters, and each letter represents something different. We'll go through the full list later on in the video, but first let's take a look at the numbers. So the numbers in your code represent either a weekly or monthly figure, and shows the amount of untaxed income you can receive before you start paying income tax. For example, if you see the number 1257 on your payslip, that means you can earn £12,570 per year before you start paying income tax. That's because £12,570 is the current tax-free allowance for the 2022 to 2023 financial year. Everyone in the UK gets this allowance, but some people will also have other benefits, such as extra allowances for having a workplace pension or for being blind. On top of that, if you're employed and your partner doesn't work, you might be able to transfer part of your allowance to them instead. You can transfer up to 10 of your allowance to your spouse, civil partner, or if they're employed, your partner can transfer some of their allowance to you. However, you can only do this if your partner is either receiving child benefit or is disabled. You can also give away as much or as little of your allowance as you like, but you must both agree to the transfer. Also, you can carry forward unused parts of your tax-free allowance from one tax year to the next, although you can't ever use it towards your pension. If you're self-employed, things are a bit different though. As a sole trader or a partner in a business, you won't get a tax-free allowance. Instead, you can offset allowable expenses against your taxable income. Allowable expenses are any costs you've incurred to make your profit, including things like buying stock or raw materials or paying travel expenses. Once you've done this, any remaining amount will be subject to tax at your income tax rate. Now we've covered the numbers. Let's take a look at the letters now. As we mentioned, the letter in your tax code represents a few different things. The majority of employees will have a letter L in their tax code. This means you're only getting the standard tax-free allowance we already talked about, so no additional benefits or deductions apply. However, if you have a letter K in your tax code, this means you're receiving a tax code which starts from the middle of the tax year. You may have recently changed jobs, or your employer might be paying back tax you've already paid. It is common for people who are in the process of clearing tax liabilities to receive a K tax code. Some people may even have an X tax code, which is given if you need to repay tax from previous years. W1 is another code you may have seen, which is often issued to people who are temporarily out of work or those who have just started a new job. Those on maternity, paternity, or adoption leave may also get a W1 tax code. In some cases, you may get a different tax code for your state pension, as you won't be paying income tax on this income. If you're unsure why you have a particular tax code, you can contact HMRC to find out more. With that in mind, here's a full list of tax codes you may come across along with what they mean. Code L. No tax code is shown. Your income is taxed under the standard code for your employment status. Code M. Marriage allowance. You receive the transfer of 10% of your partner's tax-free allowance. Code and marriage allowance. You've transferred 10% of your tax-free allowance to your partner. Code T. Your tax code includes other calculations to work out your tax-free allowance. Code OT. Your tax-free allowance has been used up, or you've just started a new job and your employer doesn't have the details they need to give you a tax code. Code BR. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the basic rate, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code D0. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the higher rate, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code D1. all your income from this job or pension is taxed at the additional rate, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code NT. You're not paying any tax on this income. Code C. Your income or pension is taxed using the rates in Wales. Code COT. Your personal allowance, Wales, has been used up, or you've just started a new job, and your employer doesn't have the details they need to give you a tax code. Code CBR. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the basic rate in Wales, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code CD0. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the higher rate in Wales, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code CD1. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the additional rate in Wales, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code S. Your income or pension is taxed using the rates in Scotland. Code SOT. Your personal allowance, Scotland, has been used up, or you've just started a new job, and your employer doesn't have the details they need to give you a tax code. Code SBR. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the basic rate in Scotland, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code SD0. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the intermediate rate in Scotland, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code SD1. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the higher rate in Scotland, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code SD2. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the advanced rate in Scotland, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. Code SD3. All your income from this job or pension is taxed at the top rate in Scotland, usually used if you've got more than one job or pension. In addition to these codes, you may also see K, W1, M1, or X on your payslip, which we've already touched upon earlier. Now that you understand your tax code, you can double-check that it's correct. If you spot a mistake, you might be entitled to claim back tax you've overpaid. But unfortunately, HMRC rarely gets in touch with people if they've made an error. Most of the time, you need to be proactive. The good news is claiming back overpaid tax is pretty easy to do. You can do it all online. To find out if you've been overpaying tax, you can use the government's online tax code checker. This will show you whether you're on the right tax code and earning the right amount. If it turns out you haven't been paying the right amount of tax, you can ask HMRC to amend your tax code immediately. On top of that, experts at RIFT reveal that the average tax rebate received across the UK is £3,000 based on its analysis using average total claims data for a 4-year period. So there you have it. Hopefully now you know exactly what a tax code is and what to look out for to make sure it's correct. It's important to keep an eye on your tax code as it can make a big difference to your take-home pay. And if it turns out you've been overpaying tax, you can claim back the difference. But what's your experience? Have you ever had to claim back overpaid tax? Or perhaps you spotted an error on your payslip? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe for future updates.